All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy holidays. No lights today because we're just doing design stuff, so I don't have to illuminate the table. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a good Christmas holiday and are looking forward to the New Year's Eve holiday coming up in a few days. So let me know in the chat what you got for Christmas, what you gave people for Christmas, what you did for the holidays, if you're working, um, if you're seeing family, what you're doing with the time off, if you get time off. Like I know even Beth didn't get a whole lot of time off. She worked yesterday. She worked Christmas Eve for a little bit. She worked the day after Christmas. So such is the life of people in the service industry and whatnot. So good morning, Cliff. Good morning, Bev. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Renee Vila fan. I'm guessing that's a soccer thing. If you're still in the chat, I know that came through early and I didn't see it till recently. So we're going with the we're going with more design stuff today. Just because I need to get working on it, and I had kind of a breakthrough for some of the roof stuff here. I've got these two sections built. So these two sections are built. I'm waiting for some parts from Bricklink to finish out the stands up here because I have all these parts here, but I was using placeholder bits and they're all different colors. So I got to order some gray. Got 101 Dalmatian set for my kiddo. Cool. That's a neat one. That was a point of contention set at our White Elephant lug party. So that's fun. I don't know what parts I was hiding. So anyway, I'll get into some holiday stuff here in a second. What Beth and I did and the family and everything. I just wanted to kind of illustrate what I'm going to start doing here so I can talk while I'm working. So I had the realization. I went over to a lug member's house to pick up something, and he and I were talking about a build he was working on, and we were bemoaning the tolerance of Technic lift arms and hang on real quick. Technic lift arms and their orientation and how they kind of, if there's a lot of them, they kind of sag over time. So you got to kind of like have two or three of them cooperating together in order to combat that. And his build is going to be really amazing. If you can get out to Brick Rodeo this summer and check it out, you'll know which one it is. I'll give you a hint. It's like those billboards that change, those rotating billboards that have the three-sided pillars that change, so you get three billboards. It's kind of like that. But we're talking about like large builds and all this stuff. So you can see in here, I tried to do originally, I think you're probably better over here to see it, but I tried to do these big pillars holding up the roof because the roof is kind of, it's not even cantilevered. It's just straight up and then over. The problem is the roof as a whole is a giant section that will have supports on either side here. And then it'll have like trusses above it and like some suspension cables that kind of hold it up. Well, I'm not going to have that luxury for just this build because I'm just doing this section for Brick Rodeo. So it just has to hold up on its own like that. And it works fine with the Technic under here acting as like a underneath the concourse area, acting as like an anchor and then kind of going all the way up and supporting it. The problem is all these pins in here and all these little Technic holes have a little wiggle room and they end up being able to drift and droop and stuff like that. So what I'm doing is I'm changing it to this, which is just straight plates. Straight plates over distance has a really good Like you can see how little 3 plates in a row over a distance doesn't sag or bend hardly at all. This is how I was able to do the really wide wingspan of the Global Hawk, the drone jet, because it had like a 70 something stud wide wingspan. And the more plates I put on it, it actually started pulling it up. So the weight of it counterbalanced the fact that plates tend to pull up on each other. So they're very strong. Putting it up like this means that it shouldn't, at least from here, bend in the middle, right? It shouldn't go like this. The only place that it might bend is at the bottom. So I got to figure out how to anchor that at the bottom. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. Replacing this. I've already built it. It works great. But I'm going to try to translate it into the software. Got some money, gift cards for Lego. That's brilliant. Beth got 5 Lego sets. I got 0 Lego sets. Isn't that wild? I had Lego sets on my list. I had a C-3PO, which I went and bought myself the day after Christmas, or Saturday anyway. So I'll probably be getting that in a couple weeks. I had the Kylo Ren shuttle, the weird, it's not a Zeta class, but it's a Kylo Ren shuttle, the MIDI scale one. And then a few other things. I think I had like the piranha plant and some other stuff, but didn't get, and that's fine. Don't need more Lego. I know what Lego I like. So you can see here, I got it rooted down here, but what I'll probably end up doing as well is putting a couple other arch brackets down here to kind of shore it up. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But this seems to work pretty well. You're getting the Creel house on the 1st for your Christmas. Mini Orchid and Lego gift card. Cool. The Mini Orchid is really nice. Let's see. Beth got me. The kids and the ladies got us all great stuff. Claire and Cheryl, mostly Claire, made me a soccer jersey. They got a Gotham FC, which is a women's team out of New York, a Gotham FC jersey, and then they customized it and they put Rose Lavelle's name on the back, Lavelle, and then they added some stuff, some patches and badges on the front. So it's a custom jersey, which means no one else can have this jersey. So it's very cool. And then, yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Got some fun prints, some Star Wars, some art. Beth got me 4 books for Lord of the Rings books, which I really appreciated. And I asked, they were on my list. They were all the books that Christopher Tolkien, and then there's another author involved. But it's all these stories from the Silmarillion that were kind of big tentpole stories during the Silmarillion that they kind of pulled out and made their own stories. Beren and Luthien, The Fall of Numenor, The Children of Húrin, and then one other one, and I can't remember what it was. So I got those. I got a nice big area rug for one of the rooms here. And from Beth's mom, I got karaoke set up. So I got mic stands and a mic and a neon sign that says karaoke night. So our house is fully ready for karaoke. Anytime anyone wants to come over to do karaoke, all you have to do is say the word. Beth got me tattoos. So I'm going to flip over to this real quick. That doesn't work. That camera's not working. See if I can get this camera to work real quick so you can see. So, new tattoos. Got Last Starfighter. they're peeling now. They're in the peeling stage. I got these done last Tuesday, so they're almost a week old. And then I can't rotate my arm over there, but that's, I'll stand up. Voltron over there. So those are the 2 new tattoos. So all the arms are finished. Got both arms done, all 6. And then now it's going to be stuff on the back sides. So I'm going to work on that next. So that was Beth's main present. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, and they're at the itchy peely phase right now. So here's my problem with this. I know it works in real life because I've built it, but I think it's because it leans a little bit, so the tolerance is just a little off. Which I'm a little worried because it should work. Unless that's, oh, that's why it's off a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to take this whole thing out and rebuild it. That's what I'm going to do. And then, yeah, Beth got a ton of Lego sets. So let's see, what do we got here? We're going to do... She got the... Any chance you have the smaller model with you? No. I can show you what it looks like, but it's at Bricks and Minifig South in Austin. It's at, I left it at the store, at the minifig store, along with the UT Tower. So I'll show you if I've got an image for it. Q2. Don't think I have a photo of it, but here's a render. So it's about that big. That's, I hate that render too. I don't know why. It's an non-orthogonal, or it's an orthogonal render. It's not a perspective render. That's a better render. So that's about how big it is. You can kind of get piece cues from how big that is. I'll bring it up in the software so you can kind of rotate it around a little bit. So yeah, this is the music always dies on me. I say shuffle and play, and there's 3-4 hours of music, and after about 10 minutes it goes, yeah, I'm done. So yeah, this is the had to make some concessions about some things that are rotated funny in here that are colliding. Anyway, oh yeah, these are all in the wrong spot. Have to move these around a little bit. Because the stadium kind of gradually goes up into the entrance and then dips down into the field. So you have to make the walk areas, the concourse, higher than the field. So, and you can see that kind of here too. So you have to make a choice whether you're going to build the whole area around it up to it, or just have like that walled field to it. So like here's the field level and here's the walking level. So yeah, so that's that. Thank you, appreciate it. It's built off the old Trafford. So if you get the old Trafford set, this is basically the underside of the old Trafford. I liked the way that it came apart in sections. So you've got like a left and a right and a center section, and they come apart really easily, which makes it nice for travel. Also, lug member friend put lights in it. So now all of the lights along here light up, and there's a big button right here that you press and it turns the lights green. So what he did was he removed a lot of the stuff under here so he could do wiring. And it turned out really well. How many pieces is it? Model info. It is 4,659 pieces total. Yeah, we didn't see a whole lot this year, and they changed them to be not quite Verde, like not full saturate the stadium like that, because Apple Broadcast was like, it looks too bad on the TV. So now they only do like half white, half Verde, which I think is terrible, but whatever. All right, so I'm gonna move this whole section off because this is also lined up wrong. This is connecting to this area wrong. So I'm gonna move that off. I'm going to take this whole thing and move it over here. And take this whole thing and rebuild it. We have the technology. And so that should be empty there. There should be a big channel right in there for this. That may be a problem because I want it to be 2 plates wide. Let me go check something real quick. So I'm going to show you this real quick because it's actually here. So you can see it's actually being done. It's crooked. So this is section 101, 102, 101. I have to replace all these bits. I ran out of gray plates, so I've got some on order. We'll replace all these. But yeah, the seating down here is all done. The aisles are all done. So basically what I'm doing is replacing this in the back. So I can spin this around. So this on the side here, you can see it's got the Technic bits right here, but I'm going to replace it. On this side, so I have to make sure that this has got a proper channel to put it in. So this should slide down pretty easily, just like that, and attach. So that works really nice, and it shouldn't be pushing up against anything. Like, I don't think it should be getting in the way of much, but we'll see when I do it in the software. But this is a lot more sturdy than this. You can see, I don't know if you can actually see or not. You can kind of see this bends a little more than this does. This resists it a lot. This just is very wobbly, and it's because all of the Technic pin stuff down here is giving it that little, the tolerance is a little lighter. So that's what we're working on. Take this out so I can build it. So you can see what I'm doing. Put this back. So all I'm trying to do is get these 5 sections done before July. I think I'll be able to do it. It's kind of cut and paste because it's going to be the same. You know, these are the shops behind the stands. So I just got to finish those out here. If I can get kind of a standard of this built, then that should be pretty easy. All right, so this is the best I can do with that. 2 6s, what is that? 12? What's up, Mayo? How's it going? All right, so this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, that's a full 16. Is that a 16? Yes. And hopefully I'm going to color all these white. This might be expensive, but... and then the one in the middle, I think that's also a 16. How's your time off and holiday stuff going, Mayo? All right, then I've got a... That's 16s. And then above it is another 16. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Two more 16s and then a 14. Overall, I would say we had a pretty good holiday. We went to see Zootopia 2 as well. We did our Jewish holiday thing for Beth and our friend. So we went and had Chinese food at a pretty good restaurant in Austin, and then went to see, or we went and saw the movie and then went to see, or went to lunch. So it was a lot of fun. And it's a pretty good movie. A lot of nods to things in it, like a lot of little Easter eggs. So we had a good time watching that. All right, so that's that one. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we got 2 10s. I might shore this up a little bit. Then another 16. Yeah, if you're in Austin, you want to see the Q2 Stadium, like how big it is. It's at the Bricks and Minifigs South, which is off. God dang it! Just get in there, would you? It's off like Brody Lane area. Not South Lamar, but South Lamar-ish area. And now I forgot what number I had there. Okay, I didn't. So now I've got 2. I can take this whole thing and just move the rest over. We did. We enjoyed both. Beth doesn't do as much Hanukkah stuff. Because Hanukkah stuff requires you to do a lot of prayers at sundown, and she works till well after sundown. So she doesn't really get a chance to do all that stuff. But we went to a menorah lighting downtown Pflugerville, where we live, and it was kind of nice. And then we went and had dinner after. Second time we've done that. Second or third time? And it was nice. Making my head spin here. God dang it. Stop it. Alright, so this should now go in here and not conflict with anything. Brilliant. So good. Okay. Luckily I grouped that, so now we can get rid of all the other ones and just replace them. I'm just displaying it there. You can. There's nowhere to buy the set. It's not for sale. You can buy the instructions, but you have to get all the parts for it. So it'll have the Rebrickable listing. Should have a list of parts and the instructions. That's the only thing that's for sale, really. And we had to put up a whole thing. I had to put up a whole thing on Rebrickable because somebody saw it in the store and then went on Rebrickable and got mad because the Q2 logo was not included in like the sticker wasn't included as part of the parts list. And it's like, okay, so I had to redo that. Yeah, for sure. I agree, Mayo. There are. Okay, so that's good. Now I can go back and redo this. So I can get rid of all this. Oh, let's leave. Let's leave those things up there because I think that has to be different. So, a couple other things this past Liminal Space week. Picked up a new game. It's a very small game called Limbo. It's just this little indie, I think it was like 99 cents or $3 or something. No, don't delete that whole section. I think I want to say it was 99 cents. It was pretty cheap. I have to figure out this hole over here. I got two of these holes now. I got to shore up. It's really cute, but it's cute creepy. It's grayscale, black and white. It's a platformer, side-scrolling platformer, and you solve puzzles. And I don't really know the story. Like, it didn't really give a story or anything. I think you look like a little boy, and you got like these bright. You're just a silhouette. Everything's a silhouette. And you got like bright white spots for eyes, and you're like this big on the screen, right? And everything else is massive. And you've got to kind of go through this dark, creepy area that's full of grass and puddles, and then you go into like an area that's like giant gears and machines, and then there's another area with spiders, and you kind of have to solve little puzzles along the way to get to the next area, right? You have to move a box over here. You have to turn a switch and change gravity. You've got to roll a thing. And it shouldn't take you more than 4 or 5 hours, right? So it's fun. I've been stuck on a couple of puzzles I had to look up, but it's pretty enjoyable. Just the aesthetic of it. I did a lot of swearing on it though, because I'm like, come on, that should have worked. Especially some of the physics where you jump and then it gives a little bounce when you land, and you bounce right off into a pit. And I'm like, okay. Ooh, Medieval Town Square. Nice. Yeah, I'm enjoying the season. I've got to work tomorrow, but there's not going to be a whole lot going on. Technically, I have to work tomorrow and Tuesday, but our company isn't closed, but nobody's really going to be doing anything. It's going to be pretty chill. So I plan on bringing in my headphones and watching a lot of stuff. Oh, that's going to get in the way too. I can already tell that this is going to get in the way. Oh. Yeah, that's all going to get in the way. So I'm going to redo this, and I need to redo all this. Oh, and I was so happy that this was going to work, and it's not going to work. Dang it. Because my thing was turned off. I know this works. There's a piece in there that's in the way. Oh, that's the piece I deleted. Okay. So, I don't know why it says it doesn't, because I know it does. But let's put these back. Okay. So just so we're aware, that still works. I don't know what is on the top there. I even have like a row. I even have like another 3 plates on top of that. I may have to recount them in the software and see what I've got up here. I want to look up something. No, that's north. Whoops. So yeah, this is Bricks and Minifigs South Austin. There's the tower. I wonder if they got another picture with the Q2 Stadium in it. I think that's Bee Cave. Anyway, if you get down to the shop, they're good people. Yeah, this is it. They just may not have a picture of the front. This is the liminal time space, Mayo, where everything just kind of is like, what day is it even today? Okay, so I can take this, copy, paste. I have to figure out what, because this is going to be a process. I'm figuring out how to get that in here. It's not exactly it. It's not exactly it either. That is. And let's see how far to the edge needs to go. It's too far over. This may need to be reversed. Okay, I may need to play with this. Also, no reason I couldn't rotate it. Let's do that. Let's rotate all of this. So we're going to look at that part up there. The other thing I found this week, I checked out a book from technically the library, but it's on the library app and it's an audiobook. It's called There Is No Anti-Memetics Division is the name of the book. And from what I've been able to put together, I'm going to look up something real quick because I'm curious about this as well. Reddit SCP. So the book that I got, it's really cool. It's sci-fi horror kind of thing where the main idea of the story is that there's a group of people that work in an organization that combat ideas, and they're called memetics. And the larger group is the memetics division, where they fight ideas that are like out there and everybody's aware of them, right? And some of them are bad ideas, not bad ideas like that's stupid, but like harmful, right? And so they try to contain them. And they are sort of sentient, like not really sentient, but quasi-sentient. And they manifest in like these weird ways where they can take over a person or they appear as giant monsters. It's very Lovecraftian kind of feel to it. Then there's another smaller group called the Anti-Memetics Division, and they are combating ideas that work in reality by erasing all knowledge of themselves, right? They are so pervasive, but as soon as you leave the room where you're studying it or you try to write notes about it, the notes don't make sense. The computer hard drives are wiped. You don't know what room you were in. Like they try to hide themselves, right? So instead of investigating the thing itself, you're investigating the hole that it creates around it. Like we should have more people on this team, or why do we not have any information about what this looks like? That kind of thing where they're investigating it. So apparently it all comes from this this website SCP. And I don't know, I'm just newly finding this out like this week, where it feels more like a collection of short stories that are kind of strung together. So there's not really a through line other than like some of the characters are the same. And I think the author took a lot of these stories that may have been their own, I don't know, and kind of put the characters all together and kind of pieced them together. It's really cool. And I don't know what the text of it looks like, but the audiobook, there are parts where they say at the beginning, there are parts of this that have been redacted or are missing or have been erased from the idea itself kind of thing. And it gets this like staticky noise that goes like the lady will be talking. And when it gets to a part where it describes like what you need to do to combat this memetic, it kind of goes like that. Really creepy, right? So, you know, you're walking your dog and all of a sudden it goes, and you're like, it's really great. It's super fun. Like I'm having a blast reading this. So now I want to go back and read about this, whatever SCP is. I think it's like a collection of fiction or something like that. And the author's name is QNTM, but I think it's a pen name for somebody who has been writing for this. So I really do need to read up on a little bit of, because this is kind of right up my alley. I love what's in the box mysteries and kind of cosmic horror and things like that. So I think I'm glad I found it. It's been a lot of fun to read. All right, so all I need to do is break this apart. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. So I don't want to link this submodel. Can I ungroup this one? Release. That's fine. Okay. I want to flip this the other way. But yeah, if you're into that kind of like, it's like reading Lost if Lost were, there's a YouTube channel called Curious Archive that's kind of the same feel, where it's like monsters and big ideas and things like that. Just a lot of very, very cool. And it's a perfect thing to listen to in this time in between times, you know, holidays when Beth works, so I'm here by myself a lot. And the family's out of town and I don't have to, my work is very chill. So a lot of me time. So I got my big can headphones on, listening to stuff. I know I gotta wait for studio to catch up. Yeah, I hadn't either. And I don't really know what it is. I think it's like, I don't think it's like a exquisite corpse kind of thing where people are gathering to write fiction that kind of builds on itself, but I don't know. It might be. Nope. Let go that. Okay. So now we're going to turn this and see if it works a little better. I just had a thought. I need to look at the actual model or the photos. Make sure I'm not painting myself into a corner. That might be better. And again, this is one of those where it's like, I know it works. So that's going to be redone. And that's going to be redone. Okay, so I'm happy with this. We'll go ahead and save this. So I take 2 medicines for my allergies and my coughing and stuff. And one's a nose spray and one's an inhaler. And I think I took them this morning. I can't remember. So the last time I was at CVS, they're like, would you like a 3-month supply? And I'm like, yes, please. So they gave me a 3-month supply. And then but now I can't remember which one. I think it's the nose spray. And I just got a text that's like, would you like a 3-month supply? I'm like, I'm not even done with the first month of the last 3-month supply. Stop it. Oh, okay. These are in the way. Let's get rid of these. Okay. Cool. So the question I was running into is now, oh, that's what it was. This had 2. Was I being showboaty and doing this? All these little subgroups of stuff. Just so I can move things around. So this should go right here. Oh wait, no, right here. Cool. That worked better than I thought. Okay, the problem with this is these stupid things. These snot bricks don't line up. So you can see that might line up okay. But even if they don't tell you they don't. They don't conflict. They don't say there's a collision. They just go, yeah, that's fine. So I'm gonna have to test this to make sure it works. But that's that. That's the new hotness is these is the plate instead of I-beam things, which is weird because you think Technic would be great for giant projects, but in the end, you're still using plates to make these structurally stable things. It might be a little heavier, but I don't like the idea of them like waving around in the wind and stuff. But I wanted to look at something. Somebody left a comment about doing a video later of microfighters that I've done since the last video of microfighters, which honestly was just me setting up at Brick Rodeo. And they're like, yeah, the one at Brick Rodeo where you just like had a video where you went through all of them. And I'm like, did I really do that? So if we're going from, I think it was 2022 Brick Rodeo, that's like 3 years. I'm gonna go look. Please forgive me while I indulge myself on some stuff. Because I want to see if a couple of videos of redoing microfighters or building some more microfighters would be worth going into. Latest. Oh, was it maybe it was a live? So the problem is all of my lives are. So that's a mock walk. Yeah, 4 years ago I don't know that I've actually done a full video of something. I don't think it was a short either. I do a lot of advent calendar shorts, which I didn't get the advent calendar this year because it looked really, really gross. Oh, that's a new set coming out. The Cobb Vanth Tatooine Speeder is coming out. So you get a Cobb Vanth figure to go with your pod racer. Yeah, I don't remember a video I did of that. And they're all like unboxing of an advent calendar, and it's just a way to kind of get eyeballs to the channel kind of thing. Oh my god, 2022 was that really the one I did that for? I'm trying to see so I have a date from when to start. What is that? Oh, I was working with some other people. Because I didn't do, it would have been a few. It would have almost been like a mock walk or something, but I think I do remember doing a live stream of. So you would have been right around here 3 years ago. That was our wedding. Oh no, that was 2022. So later that year? Instructions, tall neck. No, not that one. Sorry. This is going to be kind of a... Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I would have built the Renaissance Hotel before the Microfighter stream, so I mean, I would have seen it after that. I thought. So yeah, I don't know what video. Let's see if I can find it. No. Okay. So at most, let's say it was 2022. So looking at the ones I've built, I don't have that one. That's a, that looks like a fun set, but I don't have it. I think it would go well with the rest of the space stuff. So I may add that to my list. It looks like a good thing for parts too. Like if you didn't want to keep it up forever. So we're going off date. Let's say everything after I'm pretty sure the Oroville was there, UT-8, maybe the Hallcraft. So I only have like maybe this many. Did I build the Remora? Huh, I guess I did. Echo's pirate freighter ship. So I probably got about 13. I could do a small video about that, just kind of introduce them. I don't think I need the Orville, the watermark, but yeah, I'll unearth these and then kind of talk about them a little bit. All right, thanks for the walk down memory lane. Yeah, the Milky Way set, and there's one other one that I thought I might want to get, but space related. Now I can't remember what it is. The SLS, the second S. Oh, I don't know what I was going to do. I need to look at photos. I don't know that I want to get the new SLS. The one that the mechanism behind it is so cool, but we just did an SLS yesterday. Last year. So to have that like 2 years in a row is kind of, I mean, the mechanism is very cool, but like we just got it. Okay, I think it's this one that I was using. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to make sure that these are joined together. So I'm gonna take this. I think I've got it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that would be great. That castle looks really pretty. I'm not a modular or house castle normal building stuff, but that's really pretty. It looks like a lot of fun. All right, now I have to figure out how to group this all together. So I'm gonna move this. These are all grouped. Just gonna slide them out. Don't need that. Just need, there we go. I think up to there. Okay, so that, yikes. Is it because there's a subgroup in there, maybe? No? I wish it wouldn't do that. Like, there's no reason to make it wonky like this. Reset camera origin. Because now it looks weird. But it's at that angle of the seats rather than the angle of the rest of it. I'll have to look at the forums and see if there's a way to sort that. All right, so this is the other section that I want to do the stands for. Let's do, oh God, if I could. Now I'm regretting doing, no, we'll do this one. Haha, the whole thing can go. And then this all goes away. I have to rebuild that. Brilliant. I think I moved it over there. That was easy enough. Does that line up with those guys? Yeah, that works. Huh, that was easy. All right, return to the main model. So then I have to figure out, oh, this is gonna be even worse. I'm gonna have to figure out this guy on top of this. So a lot of these things are gonna be their own chunks of stuff, but then put together, and like I'll put another roof over here and it'll only sit on top of this. but then it'll have to like also connect to this right here. So it's not completely on its own. But what I might do, I need to see if this works real quick. I don't think it does. I think you need 2 plates in between snot bricks for it to work. So this is sitting like this, and like this, and like this. Yeah, I think you need 2 plates for that to line up. Which means I gotta redo the top part in there. Yep. So you need 2 plates in there for the snot bricks to work. That's what I thought. So that's fine. I may do another. Let's pop this open. Oops. Because those all line up. It's these that don't line up. So. Oh, wait. You don't want to have to release that one, but. So is anybody else watching Pluribus on Apple TV? Let's just put, what is it? 2x8. They just had their season finale. And I was a little bummed because I didn't realize it was the season finale. But I had fun watching it. It was a fun show. I know I got a little hate from everybody because they're like, it's too slow. I don't think the characters would act this way, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Apple TV's done a really good job with its science fiction lately. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But yeah, it was a pretty good show. I liked it. All right, return to main model. So we know that we need 2 for that. So if I'm going to do the same thing over here, put a 2x8 plate here. The main character in the show is wholly unlikable. She's a miserable person, and that's the character. Like, she's supposed to be unlikable. You're not really supposed to root for you root for her, but it's because it's the end of the world, and you would hope that somebody could make it out of the end of the world, kind of thing. What is this made of? Just plates? Okay, so I'm just going to do that again. The ending was kind of, like, I don't want to say it was bad, but it was like suddenly like, oh crap, that's the end of the season. But I had fun watching it. We haven't watched Stranger Things yet. And we haven't finished Welcome to Derry. I think we were waiting for the thing to be finished and then go back and watch the whole thing. So we're not quite done with that yet. Okay, well, I'm screwing myself by not lining this up right. Beth is a very big horror person and to some extent a Stephen King person, so that still needs to come over. Okay. Should be right. Yeah, I think that's right. So then if we put these together, it's one off. Okay. So break that apart. Felt like it was right. Nope. Yay, save. So once these are together, you can see that they literally just go up and then over. So this will also need to have like some stuff back here covering it too. And then underneath it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a good image of what's underneath it. Once we get into the middle section a little bit, this is an architectural render that's not going to really, I need an actual, that's not very big. Size is large. There is some gantries and catwork. Oh, nope, that's not good. Underneath the roof that kind of sits on top of the scoreboard. That will help a little bit too. Oh, this might. You can kind of see. Right here. So the roof will go up to this level right here. And then there's this stuff underneath it that sits kind of on top of the scoreboard. So once the scoreboard gets put in there, so the scoreboard's going to go into this gap right here. And I just need a monitor to put the scoreboard in there. The scoreboard doesn't really look that way. Yeah, that's right. And that's the TIFO. It's a really grainy photo. Well, that's a shame. We can talk about something else then. First of the year's coming up. New Lego sets coming out. Let's quickly take a look at Lego releases January 1st. I don't plan on buying anything all next year because we are going to go to London next year. We've got tickets to see Greg Davis in London, so we're planning our trip. We're actually going now because we bought tickets. So now we got to plan the rest of the trip and what we want to do and flights and all that kind of stuff. So we're in the midst of it. So I got a bonus, or I got my I've been at my job 20 years. I got my 20-year bonus and instantly into savings. So we'll use that for flights and stuff. But GWPs don't matter if I'm getting that because I'm not buying anything. That's cute. Year of the Horse. But that's another GWP. So here's the big one, the Creole House. Cliff was talking about this earlier. I haven't seen the show yet, so I don't know what this is about. The shopping street, I know we caught a lot of flack because people have said it's just more of the same. It's kind of boring. I like the angle of the buildings a lot. It gives it a lot of character. I'm a big fan of like dark blue and gold. Nice colors on this. It's just another modular and it's fine, but it's nice. Like I said, I probably won't be getting any of this stuff, but maybe this one though, Autumn Cottage Garden. This one looks really nice. These new pieces, look at these new leaves in here. That's pretty rad. Some nice harvest vegetables here, just in time for autumn in January. I think this is probably meant to come out earlier. This one I like a lot. So what I'm going to start doing is making lists of the things that I like and just wait for them to go on sale. I think I'm done doing day one purchases, spending 100% of the MSRP for these things, and just wait for them to come out with a good sale, which means a lot of work. You know, you got to check every day. You got to be willing to drive places or buy stuff online and pay for shipping, depending on where you find them. So, but I think that's okay. We just need to save for vacation. So this is another one I want to get. It is called Love Space Birds because I think lovebirds as a species are green with like sunset red and yellow heads. I looked it up. I did not find a pink lovebird. So I think these are just birds that are in love more than the actual species of lovebirds, which is kind of make actual lovebirds, you know? Yeah, this is cool. Eiffel Tower. Paris, City of Love. So Notre Dame, Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre. Guaranteed people are going to put a little ladder truck next to the Louvre when they modify this. That looks really neat. I hadn't seen this one before. I like that a lot. Might add that to my list. City stuff, don't care about. What was the CMF? So this I might get, but I think I might need them for something. So I might keep an eye on this. The only thing that interests me here is the dump truck, the trash truck. The rest of these are fine. It's more city stuff. Yeah, some of these, like the snowplow is kind of cool. The city dump truck's pretty cool. Don't care about Speed Champions, although they look like they're branching out into some other stuff. Some MIDI scale Star Wars for you, which I'll add all of these to my list. I don't think I'm going to get a BB-8, although I don't have a BB-8, so maybe I'll get a BB-8. Got a shelf full of droids over there. I already have this whole setup. So I have both of these speeders. This is kind of dumb because they're redoing this because of Mando and Grogu movie coming out, but they've already done this speeder once and you're redoing a really kind of garbage speeder just so you can have it pair with the other speeder. I don't know. I've already done it. I've already done both of them. This is the actual set from before, which I think looks a heck of a lot nicer than what they got right there. Yeah, that's like a dumbed down version of it. Fewer pieces. But there's nothing wrong with that. I think the only reason to get the new one is you'd get Cobb Vance's head. You'd get his smirky face and hairdo. But I mean, I don't know. I like mine better. Anyway, very cute Grogu with a printed face. And the reason I'm going to start making lists instead of building them or buying them day one, the Venator, I don't know how many pieces it says, 643 pieces. And it is $80. So that's not great. I think the AT-AT's a little better. 500 pieces and it's $65, so not terrible. BB-8 is 500 pieces. Oh, BB-8, $90 for 500 pieces. That one's gonna have to go on sale. Again, not gonna get any mechs. Don't like mechs. This space one's pretty cool. The 3-in-1 space, not bad. I like that the other two things are like microscope and then I think a UFO. Cute dog, cute shark, cute turtle. I think that one's already been out for something. Those are cute. Yeah, all the 3-in-1 creators are always cute animal things. Peace lily, probably not. Daisy's probably not. I do like the cactus. I do like the tulips. But again, all of the botanicals are pretty good. I could just fill a room with botanicals. Lunar New Year, this always looks good. The horse one looks great. I love the work on the front of this right here. That looks amazing. Weirdly intricate print back here on this panel. But it looks really great. The brick built horses look really nice. So the Fortune Master actually looks like a lot of fun. So we got some seasonal for Valentine's Day and Easter. Weird that we've got Bugs Bunny for Easter. He kind of looks a little evil. Like it's the eyebrows or something. I might pick up one of these because I always get an Easter thing. More Ninjago. It's the 25th, 15th anniversary of Ninjago, so they've been around a long time. That, of course, looks great. Ninjago always looks great. Like, I've never thought Ninjago looked bad. I think it's one of LEGO's strongest themes. It's always good. And it's appropriately priced, it looks like. 4,800 pieces, $450. That's good. Oh wait, no, that's okay. That's even better. I was looking at whatever SGD was. $300 for 4,800 pieces. That's quite good, actually. Almost be worth getting it. Bugs is he's a stinker. That's what he is. He's a little stinker. But this makes him look like he's gonna put you in a room with a handcuffed to a radiator and there's a bandsaw in the room or something. He needs to look mischievous. This seems less mischievous. I don't know. That bee is cute though. Hi Brian, how are you? Hope you had a good holiday. Happy holidays. Still don't know why LEGO continues to do Harry Potter stuff. Blows my mind. I do want this. This is a very nice Iron Man, so I'll be looking to add this to the list of stuff to later look for on sale. The rest of this I have no desire to get. Minecraft, no desire. Friends usually has some good stuff. Let's see if they've got anything. This villa thing looks pretty cool. Good colors. This looks pretty cool. Like a bike shop and something else. That looks nice. A little skate park and a house. rest, don't care about. Dreams, always good. Oh, that fox. That looks pretty cool. I would never not want a dream set. Like if I just ended up with a dream set, somebody got it for me, or it was part of a trade or something, I would not be opposed to anything. They're always wonderfully colored, well put together, interesting, a lot of good print ideas, a lot of good trans-colored ideas. The figures are always cool looking. Like, I really liked that. I really do like that theme. That shark looks rad. Shark Tank. Oh, get it? Shark Tank? That's pretty funny. I don't know that I'll add these to any of my lists, but at the very least, if you get them on sale, great drafts off those. Technic, no desire for any of this stuff. The SLS rocket. It's cool and it's smaller, so it might be worth getting because it's only $60. I don't think it's much bigger than like this, right? Maybe like 14 inches tall or something. It doesn't look that big. Seeing the unveiling, I thought it was bigger. So I'll add it to the list, you know. Again, gonna add it to list that I'll get later. Gabby's Dollhouse. Don't know what this is. It's cute. I would give this as a gift to somebody. I've got some friends with kids. They might like it. Yeah, that's our next job. Let's figure out how to put that mechanism into the giant SLS that's 4 times that size. Let's see, Disney. Anything Beth's gonna want? I don't think so. She might want the Aristocrats cat. She's not a Frozen person, so they're leaning back on Frozen apparently. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Yeah, that's it. So that's what's coming out January. Again, I'll probably add a few things to my list of things to get later, but that's what's going on. Okay, back to this. So eventually I'll need to put something on here, probably very simple. Probably just another one of these to hold it together. And then what is that space right there? That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6s. Nope, not that one. So let's do a 6 here. This only needs to be 2 wide. So let's do 6 here. Okay. Put that there. Let's put it here. Close a seam. Close a seam. Okay. What's our space here? We've got 6, 10. So something by 10. It's a weird shape. I don't think there's a 16 by 10, is there? And if there is, it's going to be expensive. 8 by 16. Probably have to just... fill a gap. Again, the fact that this is just so big. Every time you place a piece, it just jumps around everywhere. See, and this is what I was afraid of. Like, I don't think this is really going to work. I don't think that's lined up right. These stupid snot bricks not lining up with... I wish I could see. It seems like they're lining up, right? That works. So why doesn't this work? Oh, because it's in the stud holes, that's why. But that's where it should be. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. These don't need to be white. They can be any, whatever the cheapest color is. Oh God, except yellow. Okay. Light bluish gray is 11 cents. White is 15 cents. So I think I'm going to make all these. Because I'm getting a billion of these for the seats. I don't know why I'm making these white. Let's do light blue gray. They're going to be under everything here anyway. Okay. Ah. See you, Mayo. Have a good rest of your week. Happy New Year to you. I probably won't be streaming on Thursday because we'll be out with a friend. Birthday party, New Year's Eve party thing. So I hope you and yours have a merry, happy. Take care. Let us know how the new year starts off and if we need to pick any certain lottery numbers, because I know you'll hit it before the rest of us. I think I can do... Nope. Cool. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna have to build this all IRL, make sure it works. These don't need to be. But I am much happier with how the plates work instead of the bars in this situation. I think it's a little stronger. So let's see. Just gonna repeat this. See if I can just repeat it. Nope. Wow. Need that 6, need that, 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 that. Brilliant. So I'm gonna move this over here. And I don't need that. So yeah, when they get put together, then we'll throw on a couple of these guys. So we'll return to the main menu. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm liking. And again, we'll have to see how tying 3 more of these together, if it starts like, once they're all connected, if they start kind of drifting down a little bit because now they're all connected. And I think the weight will they'll add to each other's own weight. Then I'll disconnect them all and they can just kind of sit together. That way it's only their individual weight on each one. So, but that I'll have to play with it once we get it done. So, all right, cool. Save. So the next thing is I've got to repair what I did in here because since we didn't need the 1x2s with a Technic hole in them to anchor them to the building. I still want to figure out if it's possible to anchor them to the building. Though I don't think it's necessary, I think it'll help because it's put in place down at the bottom. Sometimes the shift right click move thing, it doesn't register the shift right away, so I end up spinning it all over the place. Sorry, we're organizing pet care for the ladies and the kids. They're out of town. I just realized, I wonder who's watching Rowan's animal. Oh no! There's a collision that's not showing up. Unless it thinks it's... It thinks it's sitting in between the plates. That's funny. Oh my God. Why? Why is everything like this? Why is everything terrible? Although that might work out in my favor, but it'll be really hard to put in there. So can we have one of these pieces? Is that gonna hit anything? Guess not. Cool, that works. And then something in there. What is that? Probably just put a little plate in there. Doesn't need to be fancy. Try to figure out if that works for everybody in the long run. Why is that plate down in there? Oh. Oh, this could be a 2x4. That holds it up better. Done. All right. Can I just mirror that one so the studs are on the other side? Which one? Are you talking about these poles? Yeah, I was thinking about doing them so they all face one way. I might go back and redo that. I'm also thinking about how they attach down at the bottom, which really doesn't matter which way it's facing. But whatever it is, I want to make sure that it lines up. If it's mirrored between the two of them, I think it works better for the snot bricks up here. But, oh, the reason it's clashing is, oh, come on, man. The reason they're colliding is they're running into this, but they're not really running into that. Like, I don't know why it's not showing a collision. Like, I could turn this off and back on. So that should be off, but now it's on. So, like, I've built this IRL and it works just fine. So I don't know what my math is where it's not working. So I'm gonna go put this back in place where the floor was between the studs. Oh, I see. Yeah, so that might work out better anyway, like if I flip it, because it also has, and you can't really see, this is a bad picture. I think there's a bigger one somewhere else. It's got these cross beams in it, right? That aren't at this point load bearing for anything. But it'd be easier to build them kind of straight across if I don't have to like flip the studs in between going straight across. So like from here to here, it's going to be easy. The other thing I was trying to do is maybe use clips and bars, do like the 1x1 clips, and then you'd have those, I don't even know what to call them. They're like a pole. There's like a bar holder with a bar on the top of them. And then you can put bars in them with Technic connectors make long bars and then connect them on either side. Those will give you a little bit of wiggle room because you can kind of put the bars in the connector and kind of, you've got some play. And that would work on a flipped, like studs facing each other. So over here, that would work pretty well. Or you just build straight across, like with some bricks or something, and then connect it to the other side. So again, a lot of this kind of comes down to, I know it works in the software, or I know it works in real life, and try to match it up. My main concern is getting it built. So if it works in the software, okay, great. If it doesn't, and I get it to work in real life, better. This is all proof of concept for the stadium or for the ownership. So if I can get this built and show them, then they'll be like, yeah, we'll fund the rest of it, because all this is going to come out of my pocket to get this section done. And there is another support that goes kind of within the Jumbotron. Trying to see if there's a better picture of that south side. So when I say large, they must think I mean not so large. This is actually a pretty decent picture. Don't care about the rest of that. Oh, that's not a very good picture at all. But it's kind of like this rack of stuff back here that kind of holds everything up. But yeah, this is a good shot of all this, like this undercarriage catwalk stuff. And it's meant to just hold speakers and allow people to kind of walk around in here. This is also for the roping rigs. There's rope rigs in here that allow us to hoist the TIFO. So there's usually, after the TIFO goes up, there's people up in there pulling the ropes back up and stowing them. Oh, somebody built it in Fortnite. That's cute. I like it. Need to get in touch with them. Say, hey, you're doing cool stuff, yo. Is this the better one? Yeah, this is the better one. It's a nice big one. So yeah, you can see how there's a support. This is where we are right now. So this support basically goes inside the Jumbotron. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the Jumbotron if there's a monitor in it, because it looks like a big empty space. So this all has to be kind of, you know, put in here. Like right here. Like that. So we'll have to worry about that when we get to it. This is just, the Jumbotron bricks are just a placeholder kind of for how big it's going to be. Let's move all this back over. I think it was this. I might be one stud off by the looks of it, which means I can make one of these bigger, because it should go right up next to the seats. And then right up against, like that. So that support will have to go inside it, which means it'll probably be more like this. So hole there, whatever I use as a monitor in front of it. And there's places where you can get custom size monitors. So I forget what size this is. This is we can do this. Model info. It's 18 by, so yeah, 18 inches. It's probably a little less than that, by a little less than that. So let's say like 18 by 7. And there's custom monitor size. Custom sized monitors. So you can probably get whatever size monitor you want. 18 by 7 monitor. I wonder if they just have one. But here, the monitor also, monitors are done diagonally. So an 18 inch is done diagonally. Not. So I wonder what that would be diagonally. What's the Pythagorean? So if it's 18 by 7, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 7 squared, 49, 18 squared is 180 plus I can't think that much. 324. I wouldn't have got there. Plus 49, 373. So 373 root. My root. So a 19.3 inch monitor. But they're not going to be really long ones, so I still have to kind of find a custom one. Yeah, I'll look into that. That's later. That's hopefully May's problem, if I can figure that out. And it doesn't have to be like, if it just fits in there and then I can hook it up to something and play footage. But first, gotta keep working on this. So don't need that. Save. But then you can see there is a gap here. I might be able to raise this up a little bit, because there's going to be like catwalks and stuff in there. It's not going to be huge. I think there is some give on here. I think there's a big cement, whatever. And then catwalk under here, Q2 symbol in the front. Bob's your uncle. So let's back this guy back out. Put him here. We'll worry about him later. Like, I'm gonna have to make sure there's holes in there for the, but everything supports itself. So I want to make sure that I don't do these big segments. I just realized that now. If each one of these is a segment, so you can kind of move it on its own. How does the screen get put in? So it would have to be its own segment as part of this, and part of this, and part of this. And I was hoping to do where you could, once it's all together, maybe just put the monitor up in it, close it off with a frame, right? So once it's all together, put the monitor in there, close it off with a frame, the monitor would probably be included, like the cabling would be in this middle section. So the cabling would run down through here and out the back here. So it can be behind, you know, it's running off the back here. It'd have to be power and have a laptop underneath the table or something where it's running whatever video you want to give it. Okay. So next step, I think, I need to go back and fix up the roofs in here because these got in the way, but that's a good problem to have. The next is to get the next shop on this section. I'm still okay with the Technic right here because it allows me to have these angles to hold the seating up. So that's fine. So we've got crossbars to deal with. Do I want to flip that? Did I have any photos of those myself? Not really. They're just flat bars. These are more tubular on the sides, but the cross ones are just flat. Not that it makes a ton of difference, but I kind of like it to be as kind of realistic as possible. Yeah, maybe I do want to rotate this. So all the studs on this side of the monitor are pointing this way, and all the studs on the other side of the monitor are pointing the other way. That might be better because there's not really any crossbars going. I can just terminate them at the big Jumbotron. They don't have to go inside of it. Although I have a feeling they do. Like I have a feeling these go all the way across through here. And then this is just you can almost see it. It's almost a faceplate. Like it's not quite, see that? Which means these might just terminate right here. Also, these are a lot farther away from the seats. And my seats run right up next to it. But that's how many seats there are. So I don't want to like eliminate a top row just to make it work, but I might have to. Or push everything out. I think if I pushed everything out, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Turn the collision off. Yeah, because this is basically behind everything, and I still have like the top layer of stuff to go through. So I have one from inside. Yeah, there's the cross beams right there. I just want to do this little section here where it's just the lamps. I had a great idea for that. You just take web. Is it a string? One of these. You say those come in black? They do. And then clip, tile. And then dish. Not fish, dish. Black. right? I think probably every other one. I don't want to make it too claustrophobic. But then you zigzag them across the catwalk. Like that, all the way across the catwalk. That's like, there's little bitty things that I want to do, and like the big stuff is getting in the way of my fun. Hopefully this doesn't like overshadow a lot, but I think it's a big, I don't even know if these are still there. I mean, they are as of this picture. When was this picture taken? Yeah, this year. So they're still there. I think they're small enough to maybe they don't know, or, you know, they're not really sure how big it is. So anyway, I need to get rid of that now. I need to get it off the... Let go of all these models. Okay. Put it over here. Why is everything so low? What's that stupid monitor? Wow, what is happening? Stop it. Oh, that's why. Because this stupid thing. I wish I could reset the bounding box. Ugh. Thought there was a way you could do that. Yeah, I thought there was, but maybe there isn't. Because that's screwing up like the whole thing. It's like, I don't know how it picked this flat part to be. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, well, it's 12 o'clock. I've been monkeying with this for a couple hours. I think I made some progress. I'm happy with the way the roof turned out. I'm going to put this into practice a little bit with the, I think I'm going to flip this and see how that works out. And then I'm going to recreate it in the model that I have. I have these two built. So I'm going to try to recreate this roof with that and see how it looks. And it functions. Like, if it works, great. I don't care that it's colliding in the software, as long as it works in real life and it, doesn't fall apart. So it'll get plenty of stability later with these giant pillars on either side, cross-pillared all together. So, but yeah. So yeah, no stream Thursday night. You guys have a wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Be safe, but have some fun. I hope you're able to stay up late and ring in the new year with family and friends. And I will be back probably a week from today. Maybe I'll drag Beth along with me and we'll do some building. She's got a ton of stuff to build. So you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.